This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. The Unexpected Mail Order Bride for Rusty, by Christy Webb. Chapter 1. Green River, Wyoming. May 1855. Melissa Lehman had just finished a successful morning of gathering the fresh eggs from their chickens, and was now taking her time to walk back to the cabin her father had built when they had moved from Missouri to Wyoming 4 years ago. The morning breeze was gentle, and it blew Melissa's beautiful wavy chocolate-brown hair to and fro as she faced the east to watch the sun's morning ascent. She had recently turned 18 and was the spitting image of her mother, with the main difference of being slightly thinner. She still had vivid memories of her father, who was tall, handsome, and very strong. He loved the rugged outdoors and earned his living by fur trapping. In one of his fur trapping excursions, he had met some men who told him about the gorgeous country in Wyoming, near the Wind Rivers area, where the trapping was plentiful. What interested him more was when they told him about the herds of wild horses, of both Spanish and American heritage, that roamed the lands around Green River and Rock Springs. They were there for the taking, and he had made a decision to try his luck at capturing the horses and starting his own ranch where he would raise and breed horses for sale. All had gone well until 2 years ago, when one of the wild horses had turned on him and trampled him to death. Melissa wiped at the tears that fell down her cheeks. She and her mother, Dorothea, or Dottie as she preferred to be called, missed him terribly. For weeks afterward they weren't sure what to do, whether to stay on the ranch or move back to Missouri. However, her mother decided to stay in Green River. She loved the stunning western scenery with its fascinating wildlife and its interesting history. Her mother was also an excellent pastry cook, and when people stopped by their ranch to look at their horses for sale, she always offered a slice of one of her pies or cookies, and soon they became as popular as the horses. Word spread quickly about her baked goods to the point that she realized she and Melissa could support themselves by selling her baked goods. Before her father had passed away, he built a shed where she could display and sell her pies and cookies when they had visitors. Melissa missed those days with her father, and now that her mother was single, she wondered how this situation was going to affect her future. She was 18 and by all intents and purposes was considered an adult. She didn't have a lot of experience with men, however, she would like to one day marry and raise a family. She and her mother had plenty of land, and she could always build on the land where she could stay close to her mother and help with the baking while raising a family. As she was thinking and studying the new day that had arrived, she heard footsteps behind her and heard her mother approaching. "Is everything okay, Melissa?" "Yes, I was just watching the sunrise while enjoying the morning coolness. Sunrise and sunset are two of my favorite times of day. It's fun to daydream about what the new day will bring, and then when the sun sets, it's a good time to reflect back on the day to see if I accomplished everything I set out to do." "Well, if you get that figured out, honey, I hope you will share your secret. I always have a million things I want to get done, and I never seem to get around to what I hoped I would do. If I turn out half as well as you did, I'll consider myself a success. You're sweet, my little missy." "I'm not so little anymore, Mama. Now that I'm 18, I can start looking for a husband." She noticed the worried look on her mother's face when she mentioned wanting to find a husband. "I can see that worried look on your face, and I was thinking that if and when I do find someone, we could build our home on this land where we can be close by to help and support you. Does that make you feel any better?" "Oh yes, it does. This would be way too much land for me to take care of by myself. If and when you have children, it'll be fun to love them and have them close by where I can enjoy them. Let's go in the house and I'll make some breakfast while we plan out our day." Fort Bridger, Wyoming. Rusty Johnson had just finished delivering and unloading the order of supplies for the mercantile in Fort Bridger. He got along well with everyone he met, and was well known for his outgoing personality. He was in his mid-20s with light brown hair, blue eyes, and a contagious smile. He stood a little over 6 feet with a well-built chest, a slim waist, and long legs. By the time he turned 18, he moved away from his home in Iowa, and had saved as much money as he could while working on.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.